And howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Weekly Trending Fan Show. Been broadcast here in CKMS Sound FM 100.3 on the FM dial, but we're not broadcasting live on the airwaves. But however, we are still fantastic and wonderful and trending on the Rogers television affiliate, which is 946, and that's channel 946 on the Rogers Television Network. Plus, on top of that, you can always hear us live at the station's website, which is www.soundfm.ca. Plus, on top of that, you can always hear us through the show's website, which is www.wtfshow.com/live. And you wonder what WWF.
Are we talking about the
WTF stands for? That stands for the Weekly Trending Fandom Show. And with that being said, my name is Recepit, and I am the show's mega host, being woken up 5 o'clock in the morning to be here for 15 minutes after 6. And of course, we're breaking our new crew members, which is new camera guy working behind me, and of course, new girl. And basically, we're just coming back from our gaming segment, and we just talked about this wonderful live-action role-playing game called Waterloo by Night. And I hope you don't mind one more time for our listeners. What is the website for Waterloo by Night once again?
It is wbn.kicks-ass.net.
Awesome. Plus, on top of that, we also have a Facebook group, which is www.wtfshow.com/Facebook, and we'll post all the links that we're talking about on our Facebook group, so people can actually tune in and take it all from there, so we're not being too confusing by throwing out URL after URL after URL, and it all blends together, and next thing you know, you're developing mad cow syndrome, which is never too good, especially when you're viewing superstars in the industry. But however, to move forward with stuff here, we just finished talking about gaming stuff, so we'll put a nice, polite, bookend on that, and we'll move forward with some other stuff. So we should have talked to the actual break, and we didn't because we're all waking up here still. Well, at least I am, and that's the important part behind the show. And I guess next question we should talk about. What do you want to talk about next?
I think that we should talk about movies next.
All right, good stuff. So let's talk about some movie stuff, and as we get the new camera person loading up our graphic, which he did perfectly on time, which I'm extremely impressed with. It's almost to the point I don't have to look anymore. I can just hear the actual things clicking back and forth, and that's all they need to hear. So, movie stuff. All right, lots of stuff happening in movies. What would you like to talk about overall when it comes into movies, there, new girl?
Well, I know that I am going to try and go see Catching Fire just because I don't want to watch it on a regular TV screen.
For sure. And also, to be on, one of the few things I did mention in our previous broadcast, and things to let you know, we actually broadcast live Tuesdays, 12 to 2 here in CKMS. And the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, for its first opening week, it brought in $154 million.
Yeah,
which is amazing for an actual fall/winter opening debut, which is amazing. I don't know if it actually broke the record for an opening weekend.
I don't believe it did.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Well,
it
we'll
came
double check
close
that.
though, from what I understand.
And it's kind of funny because we used to have another broadcaster here on the Weekly Trending Fandom Show, known as Mr. Kennedy. And the very first time I forgot to actually bring the actual numbers behind the actual movies in, he told me that Catching Fire, Breaking Fire, setting things on fire, whatever. But however, when the first movie came out, it actually broke box office records.
That's awesome.
Which is amazing. And of course, I got stumped because I forgot to write down how much money these movies made. So I'm just ramming this stuff up like I normally do. And he goes, "Oh, by the way, Recep." I go, "Yes, Mr. Kennedy, what is it?" He goes, "Did you know that Catching Fire actually broke box office records?" I went, "Great! I'm now on the spot." Perfect. And as you can tell, he's no longer working here anymore. So,
note to self.
He's been sent away to the Mr. Kennedy farm where old broadcasters goes from time to time. But however...
That's where my dog went.
Exactly. And my kitty cat. So anyways, movie stuff. So you're going to see Catching Fire.
Yeah.
Part 2s. And it has a full stellar cast. So far, what I've heard from the actual movie critics themselves is that it's okay.
I think
but
I've heard
it's
it's
a lot
okay.
I heard it's a lot better than the first one. What have you heard, new girl?
I have heard that it's better than the first one, and I also know why they released it at this time of year.
Oh, for sure.
They released it actually in this particular time because there were no other big movies coming out in this release block. This 2013 and 2014, basically every month there's going to be a huge title coming out.
Really?
And this was the only slot where they could guarantee they would get all of the attendance.
Maximum return. Yeah, no, for sure. It makes total sense because if you release this movie through the actual summer onslaught of movies, it would be lost between Wolverine Part 7
and
Superman.
There's some other Marvel movie coming out too.
Yep.
The XMen movie's coming out this year.
Yeah, I'm not impressed when I'm seeing the new XMen movie.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna go see it anyway.
Oh, for sure, and hopefully we get free passes for that, so we don't have to pay any money for it.
I hope we get all of the free passes to everything.
We'll definitely work on that, since we're actually building a new crew up here as well. That shouldn't be a problem to administrate through administration.
It's gonna be super exciting.
It's gonna be awesome exciting as well. So with that being said, with Wolverine 7 coming out, or X-Men Days of Future Past, I'm not impressed with this is working. Basically what this is, the reason I keep calling it Wolverine Part 7 is because if you look at the previous X-Men movies of Wolverine, exactly, and even push this point even further, the original Days of Future Past, written by Chris Claremont, who's a fantastic writer, basically set the stage, basically changed the whole story around to fit the Wolverine character. And notice I'm saying the Wolverine character, not Wolverine, because the Wolverine character is kind of boring to me these days. But that's just me.
I think they should have gone with the original concept, because you want to know what draws people to watch your movies?
The original.
It's girls who are just out of their teen years in skimpy outfits doing stuff.
You're absolutely correct, you girl. You're absolutely correct. But however, on the Weekly Trending Fandom Show, we will not subcode you to that particular clothes of conduct, because what you're wearing right now is absolutely fantastic. It brings out your hair, your wonderful eyes, and everything else like that as well. So the thing is that we don't have to worry about putting you in an X-Men skimpy outfit. I think our actual fans will lose their collective stuff if that took place the first time, and take away from my broadcast, which I don't need, because sometimes this show is all about me.
Sometimes?
All the time. Thank you for correcting me. I was putting my ego in check, but maybe I can let that loose now. So anyways, moving forward with stuff here. Yeah, Wolverine Part 7, not a big fan of, but however, you're absolutely correct. Everyone will go out and see it. So far, as I mentioned before in a previous broadcast, that I gave this a solid C for effort, for costume design, because the new characters are coming out look absolutely deplorable.
I've heard that the reception to the new costumes is just ratchet.
Oh yeah, for sure. And in a previous broadcast as well, we basically looked at each individual characters, and it was just bad. Like, the thing is, I'm a big fan of a character called Blink. You know who she is?
Oh, I love Blink.
And the thing is that they completely butchered it. If you don't mind, camera person, scroll on down there, and basically we'll find Blink if we can. I believe it's that last graphic right there, graphic copy number 9. We'll just click it up for actual viewers. Yep. So the thing is that right there with Blink, she's supposed to be a green dress, pink skin, like really pink skin, dark pink eye character. And she looks like an elf, and she throws these bolts of bolts of energy around and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. Plus, she's a teleporter. That's her main power. And basically, from what we have displayed right now, she seems to be Oriental in descent, followed by bad face makeup, and I'm not impressed. In my honest opinion, every time when the X-Men franchise has a new character, it's only on the screen for less than 10 seconds and it gets killed. And it's like, why do we even bother in the first place? We should just CGI this mofo on the screen and call it a day, versus taking the time out and actually getting a true thespian to play the role. And that just really grinds my gears, a borderline from Peter Griffin, if you know what I mean.
I actually got really, really mad when I was watching the favorite characters.
Sweet! Tell me your anger.
One of my favorite characters from the X-Men universe is actually Emma Frost.
Oh, yeah!
Emma Frost is supposed to be 25 years younger than Charles Xavier.
Okay.
She's supposed to be this beautiful, hot, stunning woman who waltzes in and opens her own school.
Part of the Hellfire. Actually, used to be part of the Hellfire Club as the White Queen herself.
They have her as older than Charles Xavier.
For sure, and also just get off a bit of a tangent. Well, not get off your tangent just for a quick second. What did you think of her second power that she manifests? I think it was a little bit cheesy.
Which one?
When she turns to a diamond.
No, that's actually one of her legitimate powers in the setting.
The funny thing was, when she was first introduced, she didn't have that.
No, but they did introduce it through the comics.
For sure. The thing is, I never liked that transition.
I didn't like it either. Yeah. I think that keeping her into the trending, because she actually has two sisters who are both mutants.
Yeah, and that was recently thrown in
they actually just incorporated another character into her called Diamondback, who was a fully totally independent Marvel character who just wasn't that popular because she was kind of an Amazonian butch character.
Okay.
So they gave the powers to Emma Frost because she wears skimpy outfits and everyone likes her. The other Frost girls, I don't remember what the oldest one's powers were, but I think it might have been telepathy or telekinesis heavy, with the telekinesis being the heavy power.
Yeah.
And her younger sister, who I think was named Cordelia, I almost ended up playing her on a role-playing forum for X-Men.
All right.
She is one of the world's most powerful empaths.
Really?
She can force people to feel anything she wants,
Huh.
and she gets, basically, she just radiates whatever emotion she wants. She's a really interesting character, and she and Emma, one of the big points of Emma's character progression in the comics is that they constantly oppose each other. She's not a strong enough telepath to beat Charles Xavier, and that gets her down. Her team's never good enough to beat the X-Men, and that gets her down.
I cannot defeat Charles Xavier.
And whenever she tries to fight with her sister, who is an antagonist at points in the series, at least for Emma, her sister basically, like, cry, fall down on the ground and have a nervous breakdown because I'm an empath and I don't care what telepathic powers you have. I'm going to break you. And so it's this constant problem, even though Cordelia is only this, like, 19, 20-year-old girl when Emma interacts with her because she's significantly younger. The other thing that they really, really just stripped right out of the character is Emma Frost is a dirty, rotten whore.
Yes.
She uses her powers to make people think, though you did see it for a point in the movie, she makes people think she's sleeping with them, even though she's not, by manipulating them telepathically. And she went around and did that all the time to rich and famous men all over the world to build up her own fortune, to oppose the Xavier fortune. And they barely touched on anything that actually mattered.
To be totally honest with you, I was
character.
not impressed with X-Men First Class. I almost said First Class X-Men, but that wouldn't work.
I also was not impressed by the clear allegation that they made that Mystique and crazy random demon teleportation guy get together and have poor Kirk.
Yeah.
Because even though in the comic continuity, Kirk's mother is Mystique.
Yes.
The father was always left unnamed and unknown.
For sure. But however, they've managed to come a little bit closer towards that in the comic books and put that in the movies as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, to be honest with you, I'm not impressed they're not bringing our favorite Bamp character back, which is very unfortunate because basically when Nightcrawler was first introduced in the actual movies, it took me a little while to get used to the new costume design.
I didn't
but I really
like
liked it.
Nightcrawler in the movie.
I thought
the
it
character.
I personally thought it wasn't that bad compared to what I'm seeing now with Blink and Bullshit and everything else like that.
I just really, really liked. There was this one X-Men cartoon series that came out where they were all in high school. I don't remember the exact name of it.
X-Men Evolution.
Thank you, X-Men Evolution, and I actually really, really liked that particular
for
continuity.
sure. And I like that as well. The only reason why I'm saying I like the other aspect of it is because sometimes from the comic books to the movies, you need to have this transition taking place. And I thought it was kind of cool how he actually burned angelic script.
Yeah, that whole penance thing was a really good character development.
That's what I liked about it as well.
And the actor who played
it, and the actor who played it, I thought it hit the mark dead on.
Yes.
And the thing is that, again, with the special effects, when he's teleporting from A to B, looked exactly what I thought it would be in real life. And the thing is that I was just really not impressed by how little screen time the character really got.
I know.
And how that character with that actor never came back to the screen again. And the thing at the same time here, since we're talking about Wolverine 7, basically Kirk is supposed to be one of Logan's close personal friends. So it's like not even through that angle they could work on it properly, which I'm not impressed with overall. That's just me.
They butchered a lot of things. I heard, though, in a much better little bit of movie trivia, that they're going to be releasing a Deadpool movie, and I'm so excited.
The funny thing is, we've talked about the Deadpool movie here on the Weekly Trending Fandom Show a couple of times, and what seems to be blogging that particular franchise for getting off the ground is quite simply time commitment. Right now, Ryan Reynolds wants to play it. The director really wants to set it up. They have the movie studio ready to rock and roll it. But the thing is that in the actual the writer and the director are dedicated to make this movie work, but it just seems to be missing the mark completely.
Hopefully it happens.
For sure. And also on top of that, since Ryan Reynolds isn't doing too fantastic now within the actual box office, he needs a hit.
Yeah.
Because all the movies that Ryan Reynolds has been a part of, especially the summer season, were good, but they weren't fantastic in the pocketbook. They did well both domestically and also within North America box office, but overall it's just not reaching the mark. Like, as an example, we're talking about an individual who's part of what's that bad movie The one he's played. It's the one movie which a combination of Ghostbusters meets Men in Black.
That awful.
Rest in peace.
Rip.
Rip thing.
R.I.P.D.
There we go. Thank you. That didn't do so well. It looked, my honest opinion, it looked great. I think Ryan Reynolds did an okay job in it, but the script was just bad because we've seen it all before. And then on top of that, he came out with Speed. No, it's not Speed. Turbo, that's it. Turbo.
I heard that was bad.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Turbo itself, I didn't think it was that bad because primarily it is a kids' film.
Yeah.
So it's not up there with Pixar, though. But the thing is, it did come out from the people from Is it Dreamcast? I think.
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Thank you very much from actual DreamWorks itself. Dreamcast is a whole different game system altogether. Whatever from DreamWorks, yeah, it was a DreamWorks production. The thing is, at the same time here, it was a family film, did quite well. But overall, it's like, it's okay. It's a DreamWorks thing. That's really about it. But with that being said, we got about 10 minutes left in the broadcast here. Let's take another quick break, and we'll come back with some more really training fan goodness. What do you think about that, new girl?
That sounds fantastic.
Perfect. Let's do that then.